Hi, welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Gorod, and this is Scorpion's Revenge, a Mortal Kombat movie. I'm thinking, but my other hands are not making it look like I'm thinking. Oh, yes, I am thinking. How exciting. I hope you have a really enjoyable review. High five, hands.
Has begun!
Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge is a story we've seen before in the Mortal Kombat world. If you've seen the original films, I feel sorry for you because they're terrible. If you've seen Mortal Kombat Annihilation, I'm doubly sorry for you because they took what was bad and made it so much worse. But since then, we've had amazing games. We've had a pretty cool TV series that is a bit dated now, and we've had other iterations since then that have been much better than those films. Thankfully, the world just keeps growing and growing. But here we have an animated movie for a story that we've seen before, although it does seem to do a few of its own things. The animation, though, is where this is at. It reminds me of Legend of the Airbender. So many of our cartoon series of late are animated in this way, as well as the films. I really enjoyed this. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed this, even though I'd seen or know of the story. They do a lot of origins, the Sonya, the Johnny Cage, as Sonya and Kano, Goro, all your kind of favorite characters. Mostly, there's a few that I would have liked to have seen, but the origin pack, the original core group are there. It is their job to win Mortal Kombat because this is the 9th time that Shang Tsung has won. If he wins another time, then he can do what he wants with Earth, and that'll mean destroying it or melding it. And so you have these battles. In amongst that, the beginning of this film starts with the origin of Scorpion, which is why it's called Scorpion's Revenge. So you take the story we know of Mortal Kombat, and then you intertwine Scorpion, get over here, his story. And I think that's where this is strongest. His story has always got a bit more grit and a bit more, I feel for that character, I like that character. He's kind of battle between Sub-Zero and Scorpion has been epic. I feel like there's two demographics for this. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, then you've no doubt probably heard of this, you've probably watched it already, or you're wondering, is it worth your while to go and watch this? I'd say yes. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you're going to love it. Way back when I was a little kid, I remember putting those little 20 cents in South Africa in the little machine across the road at the shops, and I'd play for hours on end with as long as my 20 cents is lost. And even now I still remember the kind of story, but mostly the fatalities. And I have to say the creators of this, they nod for the fans in the correct way. So it's not just full of nods. It's got a story, it's got your characters, but it's got fatalities, it's get over here, it's the classic moves that Scorpion does, that Sub-Zero does. It does everything that you want. But at the same time, it also keeps you engaged in the story, and oh my gosh, is it gory. Don't watch this with young kids, or if you're easily offended, or if you're one of those people that don't know anything about Mortal Kombat, but you saw an animated movie, you've heard of Mortal Kombat, obviously, because you can't not have been living on Earth and not heard of Mortal Kombat. But you thought, I'll watch an animated film. This is not to watch with your young kids, because there's just an amazing amount of body parts flying everywhere, gore and blood, exactly as it should be. Is one of the things I really like that they kept in this animated film is like the X-ray kind of when you see somebody's bones crunch from the games. I really like that, but they do a lot of that. I think they could have pulled back some of that, but I did like it. I enjoyed the kind of the nod to the games, but as well as trying to do your own thing. For me, though, my favourite character, and probably one of my favourite characters in the games as well, although I don't use him as much, is Johnny Cage, because there is a darkness to this whole world, and Johnny Cage brings this levity to it that is needed, especially in this film. So whenever you get Johnny Cage, you can't help but like him because he brings that laughter, that he elevates the mood, and you're like, yeah, I kind of like him. You kind of root for him, even though he appears as a douchebag in all the storylines, and then you realize, oh, he's actually not. There's more to this character. There isn't a lot of time to develop any kind of backstories. It's a short animated film, not a short, but just like you only have like an hour and a half or less than 87 minutes or something, and so they don't delve back into it. But if you know anything about Mortal Kombat, if you're a fan, you know all of their backstory. So they touch on those origins, but it's mostly about the Scorpion story. But I have to say, it hyped me up to go and play Mortal Kombat again. I kind of want to get my controller, grab my sons, and let's have a Mortal Kombat tournament. I would say though, if you're not a massive fan of Mortal Kombat and you're coming into this world first, then I don't know if you're gonna know what's going on or who all these characters are or really care. And from that point of view, you might still enjoy it just because it's a lot of action, very gory, fun to watch, easy, kind of throwawayable animated film, I guess. But if you're a fan, I think this is one of the better segments or new films that we've had in the Mortal Kombat round. So I'm glad it's here, and it was a lot of fun to watch. I'm going to give this a B+.
B+ again!
Let me know in the comments below whether you enjoyed this. What did you think about it? Did you want more from the story? Or this is exactly what you wanted from an animated Mortal Kombat movie? Thanks so much for watching this. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.